Almost every child dreams that they could have a pet chimpanzee when they grow up. St. James and LaDonna David turned that dream into a reality. But one day, that reality turned them into fighting for their lives. A horrific, deadly incident would change their lives forever. This is ultimate misfortune. Much like their own blood, St. James and LaDonna Davis raised the famous chimpanzee, Mo. That's what they called him, and that's what they did for him. They treated him like a spoiled child, a hairy, loud family member who needed to be loved almost all the time. It wasn't long, though, until one day, the very child left the couple to fight for their lives. A nightmare came true for St. James Davis in March 2005 when he was attacked by chimpanzees at a California animal rescue center. A large portion of his body was eaten by the chimps while he was still conscious and breathing, and he had horrific wounds to his left foot, fingers, and buttocks, as well as a severed nose, severed mouth, and brutally carved out eye. Undoubtedly, the road to recovery was long and grueling. He spent months in a medically induced coma and had more than 60 surgical processes. Even today, the emotional trauma has not left him, among many other physical pains. But exactly what went wrong that put the man in such danger that he almost died? As if he were their own biological child, St. James and LaDonna Davis adored the chimpanzee Mo beyond anything. Inside their West Covina home, they educated him in the basics of dressing, bathing, potty training, and television viewing. The couple even made him pose for a photo while they were in bed, all three of them happy and peaceful. So where did it all begin? Mo became the couple's world in 1967, the year they returned from their African adventure. The little brown, fur-covered Mo, who was hardly more than a foot tall, except for his pink face, ears, hands, and feet. 2 or 3 inches stuck out from his skull were his ears, which looked like big clamshells. Still, St. James and LaDonna were deeply moved by the understanding, innocence, and amazement that seemed to radiate from his ocean brown eyes. To say the least, everything about their lives together was typical of a young family taking care of a young child. For instance, there was that one time when Mo excitedly gulped down a vanilla shake on a Saturday night in 1970. St. James settled into a couch-side chair after having a fun family day together. Within hours of LaDonna joining her boys on the couch, they were all lying out on the floor, peacefully sleeping with their arms interlocked. Then there was going to the dentist for the first time, another unforgettable event for Mo. St. James took Mo to a veterinarian specialist to fix his crooked front tooth when he was about 2 years old. St. James had a solid grip on Mo right before the needle went through his forearm. Mo went unconscious, but St. James did not shift from his position beside Mo for the entire 45 minutes of the procedure. But it was Mo's 39th birthday that their love for Mo nearly cost them their lives. For Mo's 39th birthday celebration on March 3rd, 2005, St. James and LaDonna took a car ride to the refuge where Mo was living. Later in life, naturally, the chimp had grown massive and even attacked a police officer. A van full of toys, gifts, balloons, and a white frosted sheet cake with raspberry filling set off from their house at about 7 a.m. Upon reaching Animal Haven at approximately 10 a.m., St. James immediately got out of the vehicle and proceeded directly to Mo, waving a carton of chocolate milk. After placing the cake on a picnic table, LaDonna split it in half and presented St. James with a pair of slices. St. James slipped one into Mo's cage and the animal ripped into it, his big eyes showing his hunger. Over the past 6 years, the family had endured enormous hardship. Now that Mo had settled into a routine that seemed to suit him, the couple could spend as much time as they liked with him. There was no better option for them and for Mo. Mo and St. James were sharing passionate kisses. The scene was breathtaking, nearly flawless, and of course, it all then happened. Suddenly, LaDonna caught sight of a massive figure 40 feet away. A young adult male chimpanzee was staring at her from outside his cage. After fixing her eyes for an instant, the ape rushed forward. Quickly, St. James went to his wife. After LaDonna was knocked down onto St. James, the animal pounced on her back. The chimpanzee clamped his jaws down on the thumb of her left hand, even though she had her arms around her husband's neck. Unfortunately, it came right off his neck in one violent motion. Still trying to help LaDonna, St. James tossed his terrified wife beneath the picnic table, trying to shelter his wife as the ape attempted to catch up with her. LaDonna yelled out in an attempt to halt the ape, but even though it was still in its wrapping, the chimpanzee passed over the leftover cake that still lay on the table and turned his attention to St. James instead. St. James, who used to be a football running back, turned to see another male chimpanzee, this one larger and older, pressing down on him as he was already entangled with Mo. He pushed the larger beast with both hands, but it had to happen, and the pair of chimpanzees leaped on him. As he was being bear hugged by one of the animals, another bit into the bone just above his right eyebrow. St. James's right eye was gouged out when the ape shoved his finger into the eye socket. While the second ape ate at St. James's fingers, the first one clamped his jaws onto his nose and bit it off, exposing a large gaping hole in the middle of his face. St. James was momentarily blinded as one of the chimpanzees ripped the skin off the right side of the face during the encounter. While one ape bit into St. James's skull, another bit into his shoulder. He then proceeded to clamp his jaws down on St. James's mouth, severing his lips and a majority of his teeth in the process. His genitals were ripped off by one of the apes as it chewed on his buttocks. After about 5 minutes, the owner's son-in-law, Mark Carruthers, heard the screams of the horrifying incident and arrived sprinting with a .45 caliber handgun. The older primate was shot, but after seeing that his shot had no apparent impact, Carruthers hurried back to get a stronger ammo. Upon his return, Carruthers zeroed down on the dominant male and fired a close-range shot to the head. The solitary ape still persisted to bite St. James's lifeless body with its fangs until Carruthers pursued and shot him once again in the chest, halting the assault. The dead animal landed on St. James's back as he lay face down. Just for an instant, LaDonna glanced over at Mo. He appeared frightened and motionless as he sat in the corner of his cage. According to various police reports, the chimps had gotten out of their cage as one of the managers of the sanctuary forgot to lock 2 of the 3 doors. When the paramedics reached St. James, he was still conscious, despite the brutality of the attack, but his body and face were disfigured beyond recognition. St. James was being placed into an ambulance when LaDonna kept saying the same 5 words, "Don't you die on me." She clung to his arm until they were on the main road, and then a chopper whisked St. James away to a nearby hospital. His mutilated body was placed into a medically induced coma as soon as he arrived at Loma Linda University Medical Center. Despite his severe health and continued unconsciousness, LaDonna never left his side. Yet the couple's suffering did not end there. Their already terrible situation worsened in 2008 when their beloved chimpanzee Mo wandered away into the wild. Rumor has it that Mo vanished from Jungle Exotics, an animal training facility for the performing arts. As he made his way toward a neighboring mountain, the chimpanzee unexpectedly wandered into the neighbor's house, startling the construction workers. From there, he escaped and has never been seen again. Michael McCasland, a friend of the Davises, revealed that they are still trying to find the chimpanzee. Mo has never known life in the wild, given he has been in the couple's care since he was a baby. The Davises, who have cared for Mo in West Covina for more than 30 years, even used a helicopter to search the forest. According to McCasland, who is also serving as their spokesperson, the plan was to draw Mo out of hiding by making a lot of noise, as that is known to frighten him. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video. Hit that like button and leave a comment. If you have any suggestions or requests, let us know in the comments. Thanks again for watching Ultimate Misfortune.